Hey guys, what's going on? Mr. Real here. Today I'm making a video on how to wire up a turnout switch for a HL scale model railroad. Right over here I have a two-way turnout. So obviously it'll turn both ways, the straight route or the curve, and you can also put it both on the left switch and the right switch. You can buy these at your hobby shop. At my hobby shop there's a huge bag for like 10 bucks, so it's pretty good. This part of the switch is the switch motor. That's what actually turns the switch. That's also other these three screws up there. And the motor is made by Atlas, and it's a pretty good quality switch. So let's talk tools. Okay, so tool-wise, you're gonna need a screwdriver set. Mine is by Ultra Steel. It's a 6-piece screwdriver set. You can buy these at buy this at Walmart for like $1. That's where I got it. You're also gonna need some wire. Right here I have some 20 gauge wire, red, yellow, and green. This is the easiest way to remember it because it also says on the diagram that came with the switch. So you just need a length of that. Also, I also have some 20 gauge blue wire. This is going to be the power wires. But again, these wires can be any color you want. So, and you're also going to need a pair of wire strippers. This one, you have to make sure that it can strip your kind of wire. Right over here, I don't know if you can see that, but it does say 20 gauge on it. So this does strip 20 gauge wire. You can buy this at like Canadian Tire, Home Depot, or even Princess Auto. They sell that too. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that you're gonna want to do is look at your screw heads. If they're flathead or Phillips, then get the appropriate screwdriver. These are all flatheads, so I'm using the flathead screwdriver. So the first step is to loosen all the screws. So that's easily accomplished just by unscrewing them all. You're actually better off by taking them off completely, because then you can put the wire on much easier. Okay, there we go. And these screws, they usually do come with the switch when you buy it. They're very small screws, you can see. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is take the middle wire. So like right here, as you can see, there are 3 wires running on one whole cable. You're gonna take the middle wire, which in this case is yellow. You're gonna wanna, if it's this kind of wire, then maybe crimp it so that the different strands don't go all over the place. Then take the screw and just wrap it around it like so. This is why it's much easier to take the screw off and then do it. Then you're gonna wanna install it into the middle slot of the switch. Once again, install the middle wire into the middle slot on the switch. So we're just gonna go ahead and screw that in. And now repeat the same step for the other 2 wires. Okay, so now these wires are installed, as you can see here, the red, the yellow, and the green. And now, along with the switch motor, you're also going to need a switch controller. Now these, they always come with the whole switch, but if you buy them like separately, like if you buy this separately, then you're going to probably have to buy this separately. But if you buy like the whole thing, which also comes with the turnout itself, you will get this and the wire. So you're gonna have to make the exact same connections to this. You're gonna need the screws, and just repeat the exact same process on the controller. Okay, as you see here, I just wired up the yellow and red wires. I just put them in. Now the last wire is the green wire, so we're gonna go ahead and just screw that in. And for the yellow wire, this is where the wire strippers come in handy. It wasn't the wire got cut somehow, so oops, I had to strip it. So it's not a must to have wire strippers, but it's just, you know, a good thing to have in your butt. As you see, I just wrapped the screw around the wire, press that in, and then just screw that down. Okay, so now all these wires are connected. Now, obviously, you're going to need a power source, and that's where these the other two lengths of wire come into play. So you're going to need two lengths of that, and along with this, you're also going to need a power pack. I have this power pack that's I'm not sure where it's from, but it can do N scale and HO scale, and you're gonna want to go with the AC terminal. See, it says AC here, and over here it says DC. You're gonna want to go with AC. DC is if you want to go, is the track wires, the power for the track, but AC is the wires that we need for this, since this is an alternate current. So before you first finish the wiring, then plug it in. So you're gonna want to take the blue wire, screw two of them to this, then the same matching connections to this, the power pack. Okay, so now I've wired up the two wires for the power part here, and for the power connections here, I've just wired those up. Now you're gonna have to wire them to the power pack. Now, the power pack wires, they don't come out all the way, they only come out, you know, a certain amount, so that's why it's good to have some of the wire stripped. Like, see, it only comes out like that much, but that's okay, because you know, as long as you can get in there and wire. Now again, just wrap the wire around it, and this usually makes, it's actually better, so because then the, oops, I'm using the wrong screwdriver, because then it'll have a harder time to come out, and you'll probably notice it before it comes out. And the thing you want to make sure here, make sure with all the wires, make sure that none of them are touching, because if you do, you can have a serious electrical problem, and then that'll lead to something bad. This wire just came out, so I'm gonna have to wire that back in. And same thing here, this one would be the worst place for wires to be touching because of the amount of power that comes out of this. So yeah, so we're just gonna match the connections. As you can see, this wire, it's really small, so again, this is where the wire strippers come in handy. Just gonna connect and go like that. Strip them off. Strip it off and then just wrap it around and screw it down. Okay, so now all the connections are done. The three connections that are supposed to be here, they're done. The two connections here, the two matching blue wire connections to the power pack. Of course, we're making sure that's on AC. And then the switch motor connection. So let's plug this in and test it out. Okay, so now as you can see, it's plugged in right there, and we got the controller and the switch motor here. And now let's try it out. So the way that we're gonna do it is that we're gonna press down and then turn, but you can also just turn it and then press down. So we're just gonna press down, and yeah, I had to start out from this side. So as you can see, it does work. So this video was just for how to wire it up, and I hope this was helpful to you guys who don't know how to wire it. It's fairly simple. You just have to know how to do it. Tool-wise, you should either have them or buy them for very cheap. So I'd like to say thank you for watching this video, and I will see you again in the next video.